Well, if I say that
left
now,
you speechless. I've left you speechless. Who has done that to you lately? Probably nobody.
I really do not want to see Dr. Epstein get Epsteined.
So when I hear about the government going against Google, I'm like, this must be a show trial. And
it is.
Because we all know the government is afraid of Google, and it's not the other way around. Google runs the government, just like the military-industrial complex in Wall Street. And we learned recently that Big Pharma also has a stranglehold on everything in our government and our media. They bought the media. So 70% of the news funding on TV comes from Big Pharma. And so that's why we had lockdowns, masks, mandates, and lies after lies after lies. That's why we had doctors telling you natural immunity wasn't a real thing. They had it because of Big Pharma money. Kurt, you want to say something?
Well, the thing that you said before that really stuck with me was the thing of, because I just was reading the transcript of the Selfish Ledger, which is a video you can watch.
Yes.
Not only is it crazy, they make Harry Potter references in it. It's sick on a lot of levels. But the idea that you're going to be resequenced to be more in line with their company politics, that's really what they call it, stakeholder capitalism. Mm-hmm. The idea the company's not just going to work for the company, it's going to work for the stakeholders.
Yeah. And
then the flip side of that, you, the stakeholder, who ain't getting paid anything by this company, are going to abide by their personal HR rules, whatever their CEO has in his feverish imagination. That's the scariest part right there. Is you're going to be abiding by the rules of companies you don't work for, or you're not going to have access to anything.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a response to that?
My response is that, if I've opened your eyes just a little bit here, keep reading my stuff, watch what I do, because it's true, my stuff is buried, but there are people who are following what I do. There are people who care, and there are people who get it. And you know what? I don't care if mainstream has cut me off, because we're building the system. That's all that matters. And nothing has stopped us so far, and I don't think anything will stop us. And I will tell people again, please go to my googleresearch.com, because what we're doing is very, very expensive. I personally do not take a salary for what I do. I'm a volunteer, because that's how much I believe in what we're doing. And if people look into this, especially if you're parents and you're a little confused about what's going on with your kids these days, okay, then learn about what it is we're studying, and learn about what we have learned, and learn about what we're building, because we can stop them. You stop them by doing to them what they do to us. You surveil them. You capture the data and you make it public.
Wow. Okay. I wish we had more time to talk, but our time is up. Dr. Robert Epstein, I appreciate your work. Everybody should appreciate your work. I'm gonna look more into this. I'm gonna go to your website, and I encourage everybody to go to the website, check it out, and if you feel so inclined, support this work with a donation, because there's nothing more important than, I heard that there is something like 70% of the people in America get their news through Google and Facebook. And I've been saying that for at least 7 to 8 years. And that's bad for democracy. When two outlets control the flow of information like they do, they can then control elections. And that's and you're saying that is exactly what's happening. And that's why when I would post all the stuff about COVID on Facebook, and then they would say it was misinformation, even though it wasn't. It was everything I've ever said about COVID was been proven right, correct, 100%. And they have fake fact checkers on Facebook, and so now everybody thinks accurate information is conspiracy theory because Facebook told them that, and so that's how they manipulate and control also, right?
Absolutely. If you go to carrierseparationplan.com, you'll come to one of the best pieces of scientific work I've ever done, and it shows a method for defeating COVID. And I worked this out in 2020. I was working with members of Trump's coronavirus task force. It shows a method for defeating COVID, which we had as an option.